Listen up, business owners. This one slide can double your close rate. If you're pitching without this one slide, you are making it 10 times harder to close. Most pitch decks fail for one reason that no one wants to admit. They ask the buyer to decide before the buyer feels confident enough to decide. Founders spend weeks perfecting slides about feature visions and differentiation, but buyers are not scoring your deck like a presentation. They are scanning it for risk. Every pitch is really a risk evaluation. Will this work for us? Will this fail and cost me political capital? Will this make me look dumb? Has someone like us trusted this before? If your deck does not answer those questions clearly, your close rate will always depend on persuasion instead of confidence. That is where this one slide comes in. The highest leverage slide in any pitch deck is the proof slide. One dedicated slide whose only job is to reduce perceived risk. Not testimonials scattered throughout the deck. Not a logo wall with no context. Not quotes saved for the last slide when attention is gone. I am Henry Hank Hugh Hernandez, CEO of Digital Strategy Group. I work with founders and sales teams to tighten positioning, improve conversions, and close deals without relying on pressure or discounts. And this is one of the most overlooked fixes I see in pitch decks. One clear proof slide placed intentionally at the right moment. When a buyer listens to your pitch, they are not pushing back out loud. They are pushing back silently in their head. This sounds good, but will it work here? This is interesting, but it is proven. I have heard this before from many vendors. If you do not address that internal resistance, it does not matter how good your offer is. Resistance always wins. Proof is what neutralizes the resistance. The reason most proof fails is because it's vague. Claims like increased growth or improved performance do not build confidence. They sound like marketing. Buyers trust specificity. A strong proof slide answers 3 questions clearly. Who this was for, what problem they had, what changed after working with you. No fluff, no buzzwords, no hype. Just before and after reality. So instead of saying, we helped a company scale, you show a short story. A B2B company with a small sales team struggled with long sales cycles and inconsistent close rates. After implementing this system, their sales cycle dropped and close rates improved within 90 days. Now the buyer is no longer listening as an outsider. They are inserting themselves into the example. Before the proof slide, the buyer is evaluating you. And after the proof slide, they are evaluating fit. That shift is everything. Placement matters. The proof slide belongs right after you define the problem you solve. That is when doubt is the highest and proof matters most. You name the problem, the buyer agrees, then you immediately show that this problem has already been solved. Now your solution feels safer before you even explain how it works. This also changes how pricing is perceived later. Proof first makes price feel justified. Price before proof makes it feel risky. Another mistake is overloading the slide. This is not a case study deck. It is a confidence slide. One example done well beats 5 examples done poorly. If you sell to different segments, rotate this slide by audience while keeping the same structure. That alone can raise close rates without changing your offer. Most deals are not lost because buyers say no. They are lost because buyers delay. Uncertainty kills momentum, and momentum loses the deals. Uncertainty kills momentum, but you need momentum to close the deals. Pressure does not fix uncertainty either. Proof does. And when buyers see evidence that matches their situation, confidence increases and resistance drops. This is not persuasion. This is clarity. Strong decks do not convince. They simply demonstrate. If your close rate is low, ask yourself when the buyer actually feels safe in your pitch. If the answer is late or never, that is the problem. This one slide fixes that by front-loading trust. One slide, one example, a clear who, a clear problem, a clear outcome, placed immediately after the problem. Strong decks are not longer. They are clearer. And clarity is what closes deals. Want the template? Comment slide.